Mad Lwa in a build easy. Let us transform these vocals from sounding like this.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, must have been still loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, must have been still loving you. Ooh.
So sounding like this.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, must have been still loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, must have been still loving you. Ooh, ooh,
On this one, we're gonna be using FL Studio stock plugins and Waves plugins only, and a little bit of that pitch correction from the Autotune. So let us get into the video. Let me play the mixed vocals with the beats again, then we're gonna start breaking down the chain.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, must have been still loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, must have been still loving you. Ooh, ooh.
Let me switch off the beats, then we're gonna start breaking down the chain. I'ma just bypass the buses. Oh, sorry about this one. Let me rename this bus. 1176 P comp parallel compression. Okay, this chain is super simple, guys. I'm using a lot of stock plugins and this thing sounds fire. The first thing I went for, you already know the drill. The Autotune. The key and the scale of the Autotune always depend on the beat you're working on. Yeah, you don't have to save a preset of your Autotune. There's nothing like that, cause all the melodies and chords are not the same all the time. So you gotta make sure you always work around with the key and the scale. Your reaching speed for these vocals is gonna be at 0. My flex tune 22, the humanizer 13. Yes, sir. That's the Autotune. There is nothing important to Autotune than the key, scaler, and the reaching speed. From what I know, though, I always use the key and the scale and the reaching speed. Nothing else. Now, moving forward, we got the studio rack. On my studio rack, I'm introducing a meta flanger and a doubler, the C6 to control the vocals, and the NLS channel to add some saturation. Let me pull up the meta flanger so you can hear and see what preset we are using. For this one, I pushed it very hard on the mix. I usually work with the mix knob of 10, but on this one I went for 30 because I wanted the sound of the meta flanger, that phasey sound. Then I went for the doubler. For the doubler, it was super simple. I just wanted to spread my vocals to the sides a little bit, just to give these vocals that spacey character, that ear candy character. Yes, sir. Let me play the vocals with the meta flanger and the doubler.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, must have been still loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye.
I'm sure you can hear the vocals are getting spread a little bit. Then I reach for the C6. On the C6, I always use this preset. If you are my subscriber, you already know this preset. This preset is the GOAT. But I always switch it up a little bit depending on what vocals I'm working on. For this one, I felt like there were some boxy frequencies around here and I had to control that. Let us listen to those frequencies.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye.
I was just fishing for that to remove it. Then moving to the top on the S's, I just wanted to cut the S's a little bit, those high frequencies on the S's. Let us listen to the material. I didn't want that. Then you can go and mess around with the threshold so you can be able to move those S's better.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving.
Yes, sir, that's the C6. Then I reached for the NLS channel. On the NLS channel, I wanted to introduce the Nevo, the light, creamy, mid-range saturation. I usually use the spike, but the Nevo sounded good on these vocals. Then my drive is at 6. I lowered the output a little bit, minus 1,2. Yes, sir. Let us listen to this one.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving you. Got time on ice.
Yeah. Moving forward, stock plugin, EQ shaper. On this one, I'm drastically removing the low end up to 169 Hz, dipping down some resonances around here, boosting here around 2K. I'm also dipping down the S's here, 8K. Then I'm introducing the more top end on this EQ. I think it's yo, that's a high one. I think 12 dB or 11 dB around there. Yeah, let us listen to the vocals now.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving you.
I'm sure you can hear the vocals are starting to sound papery and what, but we're gonna fix that. You got Mad Lopher. We're gonna fix that. The next thing on the chain, we got the comp Lwa. On this one, I'm using the fruity compressor. You can copy this. You can copy this. Let us listen to that.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving you.
We're just gluing the vocals together. Then my favorite FL Studio plugin is the transient processor, but the multi-band compressor is also my favorite. I won't lie to you, especially on vocals. Let us listen to that. Just copy everything, and I'm gonna leave the link of this preset down below.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies.
Without it,
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye.
yeah, super good. Then I reached for the sound godizer. On the sound godizer, I just wanted to introduce the D. The D has more like kinda mid-rangey, low mid. So I wanted to introduce that back since we lost it on the EQ shape.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving you. Got time on ice.
That's the one. That's the one. Then I went for another EQ. On this one, I'm shaping again, removing some back frequencies, boosting some frequencies. I feel like boosting. Yes, sir. I rolled off the low end here and removed this frequency around here. I boosted a little bit around here. I removed 5K. I introduced some air. Then I did a low pass filter here just to remove that top low end. Top high end. Sorry about that. Let us listen to the vocals.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving you. Got time on ice.
We're getting there. Then we got the SS Cards De-esser. On this one, I'm using the Maximus. You can copy this preset. It's hard to copy this one, so I'm gonna leave the link down below. But there are more presets you can use here. You got the De-esser split band, the De-esser narrow band. But these De-essers were my starting point. Then I started crafting my own De-esser depending on these vocals. Yes, sir. Then after that, I went for another studio rack. On my studio rack, I got the C1 comp. This is acting as a De-esser. Let us listen to what I'm removing.
Got time on ice, tell me no.
I didn't want that, so I had to bring it down. My threshold, minus 20,9. Let us listen to that.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep an eye, myself instead loving you.
We're just taking care of those S's. Then I went for the De-esser, the art De-esser. Again, just taking off the top end. Yes, sir.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies.
Lastly on the chain is the L1 limiter, chopping the peaks of these vocals, making sure they are kind of glued together and they are not clipping on some high transients. So yes, sir. This is the lead vocal chain. Then I got the reverb and the FX delay built in my patcher. I built this thing. So on the reverb pass, let me just bypass the delay and also bypass this parallel soft clipper and also bypass the reverb. So I'm using this reverb, and my reverb is going to a parametric EQ. My parametric EQ is going to a compressor. So let us blend that reverb in.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving you.
Same as the delay.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving you.
Now let us push the volume of the track and add some harmonics with the fruity soft clipper.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving you. Ooh, ooh.
Now let us move to the saturation bars and the 1176 bars. I'm just using this patcher, guys. This patcher is super sick. The preset here, if you mess around with this preset here, yo, you can find a lot of good plugins built in the patcher. So I was just practicing and experimenting some other day. I wanted to emulate some sound of some certain compressors, especially the LA2A. So I was using some presets here, the hard clip, the soft clip, one distortion. Then I came across with the 2K distortion. I spent more time trying to get this thing to sound good. Then I finally went for distortion type 3. That's when I was like, ooh, this thing is super good. Then I cranked my inputs all the way to the top. I cranked this all the way to the top. Cranked this all the way to the top. Then I created a bass. On my bass, I also included a de-esser just to control those harsh frequencies introduced by that distortion bass. So yeah, let us blend in the lead vocal with the saturation bass. You're gonna be excited, and I know you're gonna love this one.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high.
Without it,
got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving.
Super sick, super sick, super sick, guys. Then I went for the old one, the old trick. 1176 parallel compression. I included a de-esser just to remove those S's introduced by the CLA 76. These are my settings for the parallel compression. On this one, I'm using a blue. My release is all the way there. Then my attack is like this. I went for the ratio of 20. Then I blended in the main vocal with the 1176p comp. Let us blend it together.
Got time on.
Let me just switch off the reverb and delay.
Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving you. Got time on ice, tell me no lies. I keep it high, myself is still loving you. Ooh, ooh.
Lopher is out. I hope this video was helpful. I try by all means to work on these things. So if you guys can support me, I'ma leave the link down below of this template. Make sure you support the boy so I can keep grinding for you guys to get this knowledge. Lopher is out. I love you guys. Much love from South Africa. Danko.